Hey Scorpio, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast. As you can see, I'm still traveling, I'm still on the road. We don't have our typical setup. We're making do with what we have because I don't want to leave you without your weekly forecast while I'm away. We're going to connect and see what's coming up. I am labeling this as September 26th through October 2nd. But you might stumble upon this video in a few weeks, a few months, a few years. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it, whenever it's time for you to hear the messages that are in it. So that being said, we're going to connect here and we're going to see what's coming up for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising. Keep in mind, general reading, not everything's going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. One more shuffle here. Actually, one more. All right, that feels right. I don't have a set number of times I shuffle. I just shuffle till the cards feel ready. All right, we're going to move you just a little bit closer. First card coming up here for the Scorpio collective is the Two of Swords. And so this can be that we're at some kind of an impasse. Like we're wanting to take action. We're wanting to move in a certain direction. However, we might be conflicted about it. Or we might be telling ourselves, well, maybe if I wait, it's going to get better. Or maybe it's going to go away. Some of you have heard me say this before. For me in my readings, the Two of Swords is kind of a warning. Like your angels and your guides have been showing you the writing on the wall. They're saying, Scorpio, it's time to do this. And, we're giving you time. But if you don't get going on it, then we have to come in and we have to create a tower moment so that we keep you in accordance with divine timing so that you don't miss your opportunities. Like if you're too scared to take the plunge, we're going to have to come in and we're going to have to push you off the diving board because we don't want you to miss your opportunity. We don't want you to miss your chance, and we want to keep you on schedule. We want to keep you on track. So the Two of Swords can sometimes be a warning, like you got to get going. You know what needs to be done, and maybe you just need to pray for courage and clarity to get going. And that can be the case here for some of you. I do feel with the Two of Swords, however, for a lot of you, something is coming and you know it's been coming and you're trying to ignore it from happening. And so it might not be a tower moment in terms of like something being taken away from you. It may be a tower moment more so in the sense that there's going to be a life event and you've been avoiding this life event because it's been triggering a lot of vulnerability in you. This could be a career change. This could be relocation. This could be marriage. This could be divorce. It could be something that you've known for a while. It's been coming, but you're trying to ignore that it's coming. Or like you're like, I don't want to think about it. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. You may be finding that you're right here at this bridge. You're arriving at this bridge and you can't put it off anymore. You can't delay it anymore. To me, it feels like you've been procrastinating and now it's like, okay, procrastination is over. I do feel for some of you there's going to be a sudden move or like a sudden like I need to go. Like you're being called somewhere. Maybe you have to go back home cuz there's family business. Maybe you're suddenly relocating. Maybe I feel for some of you there's like a sudden kind of like um getting your affairs in order, um clearing things out, selling things, giving things away, kind of like lightening your load and physically having to go elsewhere. Maybe some of you are moving in with somebody. Maybe some of you are relocating, or as I said, maybe you're going back home to take care of business. I feel there's an element of travel here for some of you. Some of you might find yourself in a situation where you're having to be caretaker, and in this caretaker situation, there's a contract here. There's an agreement that you were going to come into this situation in this lifetime with this person and be caretaker. And so for some of you, you may be preparing to help someone cross over to the other side. And for some of you, this may be preparing you for life work. It might be something that now all of a sudden you're like, well, maybe I want to be a death doula. Maybe I want to help people prepare as they're nearing their end of life, and just kind of be somebody to support them and encourage them during that, trying time, and give them support and guidance, and kind of coach them through as they're coming to the end of their life. After all, Scorpio, we are associated with the death card and endings, right? And so some of you might be helping somebody prepare to cross over, and some of you, this might even transition into a career, or like death doula work. The next card that's coming up here for Scorpio is the Four of Wands. So this could be a homecoming, going back home, returning home. Four of Wands can also be reunions and marriage. Okay? And so there could be a sense here of returning home, and in this process, finding stability, security, family, community of people who are like family. This could be a marriage or a wedding. Like I said, for some of you, there could be a sudden move, a sudden relocation, a sudden marriage or commitment. And some of you may be traveling back home to tend to family business, or to help somebody who is getting ready to cross over. There could be a returning home for some of you. Four of Wands can also be stability and security. So whatever this sudden change is, whatever this sudden shift is, this inevitable thing that you've been saying, I don't want to think about it right now, even though there might be a lot going on and things happening very quickly and things shifting very quickly, Four of Wands lets us know ultimately it's bringing us into stability and into security, right? It's something that's establishing stability and security. If you are a Scorpio that's been kind of just floating through life, very transitory, very gypsy like, I feel the Two of Swords with the Four of Wands is saying that that death or that ending is the ending of that way of life. You're coming into a time now. There might be travel that comes up. There might be movement that comes up. There may be minimizing of your physical assets and belongings, but it's leading you to laying down roots, getting your roots in the ground, and like, this is where you're gonna be and this is where you're gonna stay, and no more traveling, no more wandering, no more kind of just passing through from town to town. There may be a sense of permanence coming in here for some of you Scorpios with this Four of Wands. The next card that's coming up here for the Scorpio collective is the Devil. This could be Capricorn energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn that might be significant. Some of you may be overcoming an impasse that you've had with a Capricorn. If you have Capricorn placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or those areas of your life. I do feel that for some of you, the Devil card is coming in terms of uh, past life agreements that you've made, in which this is going to get really deep, and it's not going to be for every single one of you. There are certain spiritual beliefs, and there are certain cultures or subcultures. And when I say culture, I don't mean culture in terms of ethnicity. I don't mean culture in terms of a country or a race. I mean culture in terms of like a way of life. like a subculture, like a way of life, that believe in eternity and that believe in pledging, right? I'll give you an example. I'm not a Scientologist, but I've known people who are Scientologists, and they have the ship that they go on where they like go in the Sea Org, right? They'll commit to service on the Sea Org. But when they sign that contract, they sign it for all eternity. They're saying that I'm going to be in service to the Sea Org in Scientology in this life and every life thereafter. Like for 1,000,000 years, I'm signing a contract for 1,000,000 years. So however many incarnations or reincarnations I have after this, I'm still going to be in service. My spirit is in service. And some of you have made this kind of contract in past lives where you've pledged all of eternity, or you've pledged, future lifetimes to being in service to a god or to an entity, some of you to a person. Like, I don't mean to get all weird here, but I feel some of you may have done some kind of like dominant, submissive, S&M kind of contract here in a previous lifetime where you've said, like, I am going to be devoted to you for all my lifetimes. I'm going to be devoted to you for eternity. I'm going to belong to you for eternity. And in this lifetime, you're like, no, I'm not belonging to anybody, right? And so, because of this agreement or because of this contract, it may have kept you in lack. It may have kept you either in poverty, or it may have blocked your love life where you haven't been able like to settle down with anybody or to have long lasting relationships. And so this contract is being broken. I feel there's some kind of like enslavement from a previous lifetime that's been blocking you in this lifetime, and you're breaking out of it. You're no longer under this contract. You're no longer under this agreement. For some of you, this is ending in this caretaking that you're doing for someone. Like you're caretaking and you're crossing this person over to the other side, and this is it. This is the end of the contract. This is the end of the unfinished business, and your life is going to change and open up after this. Of being, there and helping this person in their natural passing, right? Natural causes. And so there's like a being freed from bondage for some of you. And for some of you, this could be being freed from the bondage of addictions, self-medicating, habits that have become detrimental or have come out of hand. Some of you have been wanting connection in marriage, but you find yourself in lusty situations, and you're breaking out of those lust patterns, and you're establishing true love and passion and connection and emotional intimacy, and not getting carried away with like lusting energy. Some of you could have someone that's lusting after you very intensely, and maybe in the past you've given in. This could be somebody who comes in and out, but you're breaking out of that karmic tie. They're not going to have the same allure or same power over you, and you're not taking the bait this time around. The next card that's coming up here for the Scorpio collective is the Seven of Pentacles. So you're getting down to work and you're doing what needs to get done. This is not going to be an overnight process, but ultimately it's going to lead you to an abundant harvest. It's going to be very fruitful for you. You're coming into a busy time and a busy season. You're going to be rolling up your sleeves. I feel between now and the end of the year is going to be a busy time. Lots of appointments, lots of obligations. But I feel that there's also abundance coming in at the end of that. For some of you, maybe this is an inheritance or a contract that you're landing, or some kind of financial blessing that's coming in, to where in the early part of 2023, you're going to be able to take some time off. You're going to be able to rest, to just kind of relax and catch your breath. But I feel like, Scorpio, you're coming into an extremely busy and eventful season where there's big changes, big shifts, unfinished business finishing up, tying up the loose ends, clearing away the last few cobwebs. This is the final push. I feel like you're coming into the final push. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. I do have a playlist in the description of this video for the weekly forecast, so it'll be easier for you to find the other placements and the other readings. There's also a playlist that will take you to the love readings. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. Please do come back tomorrow and check out the card of the day. I do a card of the day on the channel. A lot of people have found helpful, but if that's not your cup of tea and you don't want to start the day off with a message, please do come back and check out next week's forecasts. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.